Alright guys, welcome back to Porch Trains. Yay! So I think the audio's fixed. Of course, now that it's up and it's fixed, we have no trains. Shocker. So basically, this camera is going to go back to the old porch train settings where I can manually turn it on until I figure out a remote solution, so that you know, we're basically not hanging out in my living room. Appreciate y'all joining us. We're just doing a little testing, but stay tuned, because when the floodgates at VR open here very shortly, there are more locations than I know what to do with. So you guys are in for several treats, that's all I can say. But we've been busting our tails all year, and it's all finally starting to come together. So you guys will be in for a treat. The weather's getting cold, you all be inside, so we'll have plenty of trains from plenty of new places to watch. Definitely looking forward to it. Joe's not healing as fast enough. We missed Joe terribly, so yeah, we can't wait to get our Joe back. So hopefully audio sounds good. Like I said, what I'll do is, if we get, I'm going to leave this running here for just a little bit, at least till we get a train, see what it looks like. I'll have to retech it tomorrow in the afternoon, since I ran out of daylight today. But I actually put this camera back up yesterday. I had to steal parts from this camera to do the Austell installation last year, and we're just now getting back to putting it back up. Great to have you guys with us. Good to be back. Porch Trains is actually going to be busy. If you notice, there's new ballast just to the left and right of the camera, which you can't see down the cut. There's a bunch of ties. The tie gang is roughly about 10 miles from here right now, and they're working pretty slow, working east up the west end. So once the mow parade starts here in maybe a couple days, we'll have front row seats right here. I'll leave this camera on and figure out plan B for hanging out on the porch. Again, if you guys are just tuning in, welcome to the Porch Trains test. This was actually unplanned. I wasn't quite expecting to go live. Well, to be honest, I didn't think it would work, so I just hit the button. Here we are. It's been a minute since we've had the Porch Trains camera installed, so yeah, here we are. We're live, so I guess we're going to test live here for at least another little bit. There should be some more trains here coming. Scanner lives right above the camera, so you may or may not hear West End dispatcher. And don't be confused, this is the Norfolk Southern West End, but you will hear the CSX AC dispatcher in Jacksonville dealing with the KD guys over in Etowah. North Carolina, we've got let's see, where are we in North Carolina? Thomasville, North Carolina. We've got a camera there, if you're not familiar with that one. I see somebody asking about North Carolina. North Carolina is, you know, right across the mountain from us. The crazy hurricane that came up here. We were fortunate to be, you know, we're in East Tennessee, kind of in the middle. Just north of us got wrecked. Those folks up in Unicoi and all that, just absolutely devastating, sad. So. Yeah, Jamie Carlson. Yeah, I just mentioned that ballast is new, and the surfacing gang is probably about 10 miles from here, working east towards us. Got Jonesboro checking in tonight. Good evening, Jonesboro. And let's see here. Yeah. And if you hear the dog barking, that's Rennie. She's chasing the chickens that are free range around here. So there's chickens and turkeys that are going to keep her occupied, but she'll be eating dinner here in a minute, so. Just heard that scanner come up too, so hopefully we'll get something here. Sean Allison, this is the Norfolk Southern West End between Knoxville and Chattanooga, Tennessee. We're right in the middle. Nick, short answer to that question is yes, 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 and yes. Adrian and Amy Purdue, we had some minor flooding here, trees down, isolated power outages, but absolutely nothing close to what happened, just 60, 70 miles from here. Again, this camera's just up for a test at the moment, so bear with us. And apparently we need to clean the lens. Hang tight. Alright guys, hang tight. Lens cleaning time. Apparently I got some smudges and fingerprints all over the place. Imagine that. Rennie, it's fine. It's just me watching the camera. I heard something on the scanner. Alright, so what you guys are hearing is that's the AC dispatcher Jacksonville for CSX talking to the 542 in Etowah. Probably getting ready to leave. AC dispatch transfer over. Alright, ready to go. Alright, watch for signal indication over. Yeah, that's 542 on the CSX KD side. That's about 15 minutes from here.
Hey, my camera's ain't working up there. Mobile ring thing. That 197 by any engines in today? If so, do you know what the numbers are? This is over. Sir, kind of 40 over. That's right. All right, thanks, guys. Hopefully everything's working out good.
Alberta's Pennsylvania checking in. Good evening. South Dakota, good evening. And yes, you guys, that's the AC dispatcher Jacksonville on CSX. That line is about 15 minutes to the east of me. I'm on the west end, and then the C&O and TP, the rat hole between Cincinnati and Chattanooga, that's about 25 minutes west of here. So I'm on the kind of in the middle of all of it. But I pick up AC dispatcher Jacksonville pretty much clear as day, and most of the time I can hear the crews, as you guys heard that brief conversation. That was AC talking to the 542 getting ready to leave Etowah. Oh, we got you guys checking in from all over the place. Let's see, Delaware, Knoxville. Welcome, neighbor. Knoxville's about 40 minutes kind of northeast of me. Butler, PA checking in. New Blackshear, Georgia. Hope y'all are doing all right down there in Georgia. Louisa, Virginia. Welcome. Illinois checking in. New York City. A lot of Pennsylvania folks. Wisconsin's checking in. Again, all right, Utah, Ohio, more Pennsylvania, Maine, Southern Illinois, Nashville. Nashville, you're basically a neighbor. So yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, welcome to the Porch Trains unexpected testing. As I mentioned earlier, I was basically just trying to see if I could get this reestablished and punch the live button. Here we are. So at this point, I'm committed. We're going to test it until we get a train. Hey, Minecraft King, appreciate the super chat. Thank you. And that's your first super chat on a live stream. I'm glad we could be the first. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Minecraft King. Awesome. Definitely appreciate it. You guys are the best. TJ, does she really? Yeah, that's where we're at. Athens, Tennessee. Kind of over by the co-op area. On the dog leg, I guess, because the line, it kind of follows 11 up from the south, and when the line gets to Athens, it kind of makes like a dog leg jog around town and straightens back out the rest of the way up. Yeah, I didn't expect to have 250 people watching this unexpected test, but good evening. Here we are. Rainier Rails, good news, that arrived yesterday. That new horseshoe curve camera got here yesterday or the day before. I physically took it out of my office and brought it to the warehouse. Hey, Randy Shank, appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat, Randy. Plane spotting. I like planes and boats and stuff like that, but trains has encompassed my life, so to speak. All right, so I'll be right back. As you can hear, Rennie is ready for dinner. Hey, come on, let's eat. All right, dinner time. Good girl. Eat them up. All right, guys. Had to feed the puppy. Then I'm gonna have to feed the child. So we need a train. I'll dial this in. Let me turn off the. Let's see if this helps the track view. Alexa, turn off the porch train light. I don't know if that'll help or not. Join my adventures. My favorite cam. That's almost kind of like trying to pick your favorite child. I like too many of them to pick a favorite, I think. Arvada is one that I definitely circle back on quite a bit. Alright, so I killed those lights. Let me kill the other set. Let's see what happens. Alright, so I'm in the dark now. But that video still looks alright. The only trouble is I'll have to get some floodlights out here, because at night it's about pitch black where the tracks are. Hey, Prime Mover Productions, appreciate the super chat, thank you. Oh, that's your first super chat on a live stream. Congratulations to you and thank you. Again, glad we could be the first one. We really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I'm just doing some testing here with the lights. Maybe this weekend we can run out and grab a floodlight and mount it down below the property line, because right at the edge there, it really doesn't look like it on the camera, but it's probably close to a 15-foot sheer drop off that edge there to the left of the camera. Goes down. Those tracks actually sit down in a cut. Well, well, well. Mr. UP Dave. A huge congratulations to UP Dave and his fiancée on their recent engagement. I see lots of usual suspects in the chat tonight. Good to have all you guys with us. It's been a while since we've done any porch train stuff. Hey Bart, you tell your little brother happy birthday from Virtual Railfan. We hope he has a good one. Yeah, the Deshler cameras, that's a good one too. So this camera is basically, the way I had it set up before, because it's on my porch, and, you know, I sit out here often, and, you know, phone calls, other things. So I don't keep this particular camera live 24/7. This is basically on a, you know, when I'm here and I hear a train, I can activate it, and, you know, it'll catch the train going by, and then the stream will drop off. So as long as you're subscribed to the channel, you know, it doesn't cost anything. Hit the subscribe button. You should get notifications, ring the bell, and then anytime we do a porch trains, you'll get notified that the camera's about to come on and there'll be a train. I can generally hear the eastbounds coming at me. The westbounds tend to sneak up, especially this time of year when the leaves are on the trees still. You know, around November or so, and I don't know, end of November, everything's cleared out of here, so it kind of changes things. You can hear the westbounds sometimes. Sometimes you can't. Right now, I don't know if there's anything coming. Yeah, let's see. You know, Waycross, all those locations in the southeast. I think when I checked Monday morning, we had 13 outages in the southeast. It's just basically, you know, nothing you can do about it. Power, internet's out. Just have to wait it out. Luckily, I don't believe there was any equipment damage. And again, if you guys are just tuning in, welcome back. This is Porch Trains, kind of an unexpected test. I put the camera back up today. I just wanted to check everything out. I've still got to mount the microphone, so we'll get that taken care of. And we'll probably add some floodlights subgrade out there so we can light it up at night. But yeah, this camera is going to be basically an on-call basis when there's a train. Right now we're just testing, but I'm trying to leave it up. I was hoping we'd get one. Well, it was still light out, but that looks like that plan is out the window. Tom, welcome. Good to have you with us. You know, I was just thinking, I've never had 240 people on my porch. So welcome, pull up a seat. Now, virtual Railfan and scale trains, we're going to be making an announcement likely tomorrow on relief that they're putting together going to Northeast Tennessee. Be a big press release about it tomorrow, and we're going to be hopefully sending at least one truckload, 53-foot truckload, up to our folks in the northeast part of Tennessee. So keep your eye on Virtual Railfan and Scale Train's Facebook pages and social media tomorrow for those announcements. And if you guys are so inclined to donate, we would appreciate it. The details about donations and matches and all that stuff will happen tomorrow. But all that stuff is, you know, we're local, and we're going to help out our folks up in the north part of Tennessee. Yeah, I see a couple new faces in here. If you guys are just tuning in, this is on my porch. This is my view when I walk out the front door and look to my right. Randy, I think it's like a gang. Once you're in, there's only one way out. And we're glad to have you here for the past 7 years. Here's the 7 more. I've been hanging around at VR for, I don't know, about 16 years. Hey, Wheelie Big Bike Trip, that's, we appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. We'll make sure that goes to the right spot, but we'll have a link tomorrow for anybody that wants to make monetary donations. Scale Trains and VR are going to team up on that. But Wheelie, thank you so much. That's we appreciate that. So normally when I'm out here at night and there's nothing happening, it's train after train after train. And now that I've fired up the Porch Trains camera, the west end has gone silent. I think that's how it works for us train buffs. As soon as you get trackside, it's like, you know, like fishing. As soon as you get to the lake, there's nothing biting. As soon as you get trackside, all the trains hide. They go home. Tom Hazen, the last thing that you want ever is me to sing anything of any type of music, anything. I'm so bad I don't even sing in the shower. Hey, Prime Mover Productions, thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you again. Yeah, I'm going to keep the camera up until we get a train because Gunfox is right. The second I end this stream is going to be chaos. Hey, Emilio, thank you. We appreciate it. So in Cleveland, that could be, you know, that could be a half an hour, that could be a half a day. Who knows? Yeah, I've got the scanner lives right above the camera, and you guys should be able to hear that scanner once I stop yapping. I'm gonna have to eat dinner here soon, so you'll get some peace and quiet for at least a few minutes. Prime Mover, we appreciate it. Thank you again. All right, so if that 4,000, that's not that Sonic bonnet, is it? Or is it? Is that 4,000 and 4,001? think the Penn Central unit came through this morning. We had Savannah, Atlanta the other day. Had some pretty decent stuff. Get a lot of heritage units up this way. Okay, I missed that Sonic bar. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say I missed it. I wasn't outside for it, but I saw it on the security camera. Hey, Trackside Tales and Games. We appreciate it. Thank you. I think I heard a horn. Hey, the Orlando guy, the Blackstone's right beside the camera. I'm on it. I got you. Oh, 11T. Thanks, Emilio. 11T is trash. Let's see, 11T. That's going to be 11T. I think 11T is the loads. And if he's at the 172, I'm at the 186. All right, well, that's good news. Now you're not coming outside. Yeah, 11T stinks. Literally, it's trash. Yeah, like right in the middle of the summer on a nice hot day when that thing goes by, that smell lingers. It seems like for a week. It's absolutely vile. And you'll get meats here too, because just to the right of the camera is the west end of the Hutzel siding. One of the smaller sidings on the west end. Generally, a lot of the bigger meets will happen at like Sanford or Sweetwater on either side of us here. But occasionally they'll meet them here at Hutzel, so you'll get some activity out in front of the camera too. Plus, we get a local a couple days a week. Occasionally, when they run around their train at the co-op, they'll pull the power right up here in front of the camera. A couple locals, so. Trackside Tales and Games, there will absolutely be no singing, I promise. I would not do that to you guys. I love our viewers. I would not subject them to such measures. Trackside Tales and Games, you're going to have to put a lot more zeros after that to get me to sing. It's literally never going to happen. You're probably more likely to get struck by lightning than you are for me to sing, and especially on camera. I can't even imagine. Well, I can't imagine how awful it would be. It would be awful. BNSF 99 or 9653. No, we don't get them on coal trains, but you'll get BNSF, UP, all kinds of foreign power through here. Prime Mover Productions. Well, I absolutely appreciate your donation. Thank you. I'm literally doing you a favor by never singing ever, ever. But we definitely appreciate the super chat. Thank you. You guys are a glutton for punishment trying to get me to sing. Never gonna happen. Kirsten, I don't think I'd have to worry about copyrights because it would be so bad and so awful, I don't even think it would match. Trackside, you wanted that to go to the Horseshoe Curve camera, correct? If that's the case, I will let the finance folks know that in the morning. And then they can make sure that it goes to the right place. Yeah, Prime Mover Productions. Maybe we ought to flip the script, and maybe you ought to sing. Welcome everybody new coming in. If you guys are just tuning in, this is the unexpected, unplanned test of the new Porch Drains camera. I'm committed now at this point to keeping it on, so you guys at least get a train out of the deal. Godzilla, yeah, Nightbot is not a big fan of all caps. That'll definitely trigger it and get you an automated timeout, I guess. Yeah, and they don't like all the emojis either. We got one close, in the neighborhood, put it that way. Shouldn't be too much longer. Joel, welcome. Good to have you with us tonight. Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't suggest triggering Nightbot on purpose because then you ultimately get banned, and that never ends well. Uncle Plane Guy, good evening. Good to have you with us tonight. That car sounds like it's... well, now it sounds like it's on fire. Good Lord. That was the M542, got a clear Manville. That's on the CSX side, so not this line, sorry. But we're picking up CSX pretty clear tonight. Joel, yeah, there's a hummingbird feeder. I've actually got to fill it. Thank you for reminding me. So I'll add that to the Tractor Supply list for the weekend. And also birdseed, now that we're talking about things I've neglected on porch drains, need bird feed too. So there's a big fat whistle pig that will show up underneath that bird feeder on the left. He's huge, and he sits there and terrorizes my dog which is just out of reach when she's outside on her lead. And so now it's gotten to the point where they just sit and stare at each other. Quite humorous. He's a big old whistle pig, though. Emilio, no, it's signaled, but it's orders. So all the like the sidings are signaled. There's intermediates, but it's not like full CTC, I guess. And yeah, I guess a new addition too to Porch Trains that we didn't have last time is we had some new neighbors move in 2 doors down, and they've unleashed Old McDonald's farm in the neighborhood. So we've got chickens, roosters, turkeys, and now rabbits that are free range. So expect to see them. Okay, so a whistle pig, I guess, would be like a woodchuck. I don't know. I've always known it as a whistle pig, but I guess like a woodchuck or a groundhog. Yeah. Sadly, Joel, they're not leaving eggs. They're just ticking off the dog. Now, if they start leaving eggs, I mean, we can work something out. Buck the Railfan, I think we got a couple coming. Got both of the trash trains going to meet here pretty close by. That's 11 and 12T. Anna, welcome. Good to have you with us. Missed you. This was some unexpected testing of the Porch Trains camera. And here I thought I was going to put it up, do some internal testing, make sure it looked good, and move on to other things. And then I smashed the live button and it worked. So here we are. God's Love, yes. We had one not too long ago. I want to say like 2 or 3 months ago. Pretty decent sized bear in the neighborhood. And then before that, my old house about a mile from here, I came home from the office one day, and there was 3 police cars in my yard. And I go to get out of the car. I thought somebody broke into my house, and they're all yelling to get back in the car. And there was 2 huge black bears on the loose, and I guess they passed through my yard. Well, they went up to the top of the hill, and Fish and Game got them with a tranquilizer and brought them back to the mountains. The Orlando guy, we're not currently streaming anything in 4K, but that is subject to change here very, very, very soon. So we got 12T, 102, and 16T.
That is the plan I was told.
So that's the West End dispatcher. That's this line. She's talking to one of the trains now, but it sounds like there's...
Well, I like 3 got one right now.
Sounds like we got 3 of them out there. So it could be 4 total, I guess. You got 11 and 12T that are meeting, that'll come by here. You've got, I think she just said something to the 16T, and then you also got the 102. So it sounds like some eastbound's meeting a westbound. Sorry for all the noises. Like I said, I gotta mount the mic yet still. Put that on the honey-do list for this weekend. 16T's general manifest. 11 and 12T are trash, and 102 is manifest as well. So 2 manifests, 2 trash trains. Not sure on which one we'll get first. Sounds like maybe that 11T. He was close. I think Emilio said he was pretty close. Excuse me.
31 north, got clear north Englewood.
M542's got a clear North Englewood, and that's on CSX. So, not us. Medic Fox, or Gun Fox 61. So, we're on the Norfolk Southern West End, but we're also picking up the AC Dispatcher Jacksonville for CSX, because the KD subdivision is about 15 miles to my east here. So while you'll hear the CSX dispatcher, we won't see any CSX traffic. We'll only see the West End traffic for Norfolk Southern. Those trash trains, I think they originate in Jersey and get down to somewhere in Alabama. It's only NS here, but if I take 15-minute drive to the east, I can be in KD sub for CSX. It's amazing what this camera does, because I'm standing here right beside the camera, literally, and I'm looking down into the ditch, and I can't see the tracks, but you can see them on the camera, so. It could be. It's Uncle Plango, that's what it sounded like. Actually, I could turn the porch light on. Alright, West End's getting location on 12T. Stand by.
You'll see the letter T on there. Let's head to voice, please.
And I'll need to dial this camera in. This is still on all the default settings, so I'll probably convince Justin to come over and hang out, and we'll tweak the camera to the proper settings at night. These are just the default. As soon as I fired it up, and got it up, I wasn't expecting it to go live for the test, but as you can see, that plan didn't quite pan out. The Panda Smuggler. This is a real scale Garden Railroad, 1-to-1 scale. Progress Rail Law Gaming. Good evening. Caden, I accidentally started this stream about an hour ago, maybe. And Folkestone is they're suffering pretty bad with the power. They're right down there in southeast Georgia, so. I would continue to expect problems from the cameras in the southeast. Well, welcome back, Ryan's Trains. We're good to have you. No, we don't have to replace equipment. Luckily, we didn't have any equipment damage. It's just infrastructure in the communities that we're in. Internet, power, it's all based on that. So, we want to make sure those folks get what they need, and we'll figure it out once they get services restored. All right, got one on us, guys, at 187. Almost train time. But yeah, you know, once power is restored and all that stuff, we'll worry about the cameras. But you know, at this point, they're still trying to, you know, get people just their basic, you know, necessities. So that's train cameras way down on the priority list. The cameras do pretty good. We've had, I think, one or two, maybe more than that, maybe a few that were, you know, direct lightning strikes. You know, not much you can do about that. Other than that, we haven't had any real issues. We did have a camera get hit by a train in Laramie a couple of years ago. There was a tarp on like a center beam or hopper car that came off, and it was like 60-mile-an-hour winds that day, and the tarp came off and was blowing off the side of the train about 15 feet, and it smacked the pole that the cameras were on. The static camera survived. The PTZ camera was sheared off of its steel mount. They found the camera 3 tracks over and about 150 feet to the north. Still in one piece. And we actually got the last frame of the camera saved that we saw. The camera was in the air. So this is after the camera was sheared off the mount. The camera is still in the air, upside down, and you can see kind of like looking back, and then that was the last frame, and it was at that point, it was right between when it was sheared off the mount and the cable got ripped out. But we got that last frame of video. It's pretty wild. And we've got the camera at the office maybe someday we'll do a VR museum and stick it in there. Buck the Railfan, that camera just arrived to the warehouse in East Tennessee yesterday, or maybe the day before. So we're going to get an install plan together for that area because there's several spots that we have to hit, either for refurb or new installations. The camera survived, per se, as it was in one piece, but it definitely didn't survive, as in when you picked it up, it made lots of noises that it shouldn't, and lots of pieces in it that probably shouldn't be jiggling around. Yeah, it was wild. I think we do have a picture of the aftermath. If not, I'll do a live stream maybe one time from the new office, and we'll show you all that cool stuff. All right, East Hutsville, guys. Train's on top of us. Train time. So basically, he's coming into the siding here to the right of the camera. This will be a westbound train. I think this was 11T. So he's already at the siding at East Hutsville, and I haven't heard him yet. He should blow for the crossing at the co-op, and then they're crossing here, and then there's a crossing just at the left of the camera. So we sit in between two crossings here. All right, Trackside Tales and Games, if you guys are listening, you can hear that horn now. It's about train time, so I'm going to be quiet and go eat my dinner. You guys enjoy the train, and we'll be back. Again, if y'all are just tuning in, welcome back to Porch Trains. It's good to have you guys. Some unexpected testing tonight, but it worked out pretty good. So enjoy the show. It's train time.
all tucked away now.
All right, guys, train time. Enjoy.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 188.2, no defect.
Hi guys. Figured I'd say hello. I'm actually trying to just see what the latency is here. Can you guys still hear me all right?
Hey, KCO.
All right. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll get that. We'll get the mic mounted, and we'll get some hummingbird food for the hummingbird food thing on the right. We'll get some bird seed for the bird house on the left, and maybe see about some floodlights for the backside of those trees, or subgrade there, and we'll light that thing up like it's Christmas. Actually, Bruce, I just cleaned it. Maybe it's on the inside of the case. All right, guys, so we're going to do a little construction while we're live. Bear with me. Okay, I'm not going to fall off the porch, and if I do, it's only like 4 or 5 feet to the ground, so this is much safer than being in a lift 4 stories above the concrete. Alright, lid coming off. Alright, so it's not necessarily a lid problem. I think it's a light problem. I'm going to bump this down just a hair. How about that? Get those lights out of view. Alright, so the camera, like I said, the camera's basically on default settings. I didn't really mess with it, so it might start doing some funky stuff here, switching around to night dark and all that fun stuff. And the glass looks alright. Go ahead and put this back on and see what we get. Alright, lid back on. Yeah, I think it's just these lights. WDR, Bruce? I literally just set like a bit rate and dialed in focus. I didn't mess with any of the other settings because historically I've always been told to never touch anything in the camera ever, for any reason, by multiple people, several times, and I still do it. That's somebody on NS talking on the scanner, so I'm going to bolt the hatch back down here. And so the scratching is Gertie, and Gertie is a basset hound who has who's very spoiled and needy, and she will scratch at the door to go in and scratch at the door to go out, and basically just alternate that every 10 minutes for eternity. So we don't have any kidnapping victims at the house. It's just Gertie. Gertie. All right, so all right, here we go. We're gonna fire these lights back up. Let there be light. And there was. All right, so this should probably flip back to color, maybe. No, once you get some light in there. I don't know. Again, this is why I'm not allowed to mess with the camera settings usually. But I'm unsupervised, and the camera's at my house, so I'm going to press buttons until it breaks. Because my motto is, if it ain't broke, fix it till it is. Andrew, that's a good one. Alright, so you guys heard that scratch about, what, 3 minutes ago? That was Gertie wanting to go in, so we let Gertie in. That scratch is Gertie now wanting to come back out. Hi, Gertie. Actually, we're going to bring Gertie over so you guys can see Gertz. Here, Gertz, we're going to go, you're going to get your cameo. Come on, Gertz. Come on, Gertz. Hold on. Come on, Gertz. No, don't go down the hill. So she thinks there's like squirrels or something, and she's going to eat them, but no. Come on, Gertie. Oh, nope, don't go down the hill. All right, we're all good. Come on. Gertie, come on. That was a bad idea. I'm full of bad ideas. Whoa. We're done. You hook her back up to that? Yeah. That was Gertie. Yes, Gertie's a basset hound. A very, very interesting basset hound at that. Connor, the dog is, Gertie's not trained. And even if she was, she wouldn't listen to anything you had to say. Gertie does what Gertie wants, when Gertie wants, how Gertie wants, and for as long as Gertie wants. You know, Sam, that's I'd say that's a pretty accurate statement. One interesting thing, so if the camera's up and Gertie's outside, so Gertie's a basset hound. My other pup is, her name is Rennie, and she's a Rhodesian Ridgeback, not a basset hound. So Gertie will howl at the fire trucks when they go by. And now she's taught Rennie, who's not a basset hound, how to howl at the fire trucks when they go by, and it's wild. All right, I think we got one more coming here, and then I've still got work to do, and it's 8:45, and my bedtime is usually at 9 o'clock. Not tonight. I wonder if I can, hold on. Nah, I better not. Bruce, Carrie is always supervising. If that's what we're going to call it, supervising. I've got other phrases for it, but I don't believe that's going to be appropriate for tonight's Porch Trains episode. Yeah, it's wild. Mentioning about the train crews talking about the port thing. Anna, I will absolutely tell him. Carrie, Anna says hi.
Hey, Anna. Hey, Bruce.
She said hi back. Carrie is Porch Train supervisor. Well, it's good to have this camera back. Yes, that's Gertie that you can hear in the house, likely demanding a treat.
That is exactly what she wanted.
Yep, shocker.
Yeah, then we shut off, I'll catch that line right then, so that'd be cool. Got it dialed in. Shovel down, get them in clear that sweat drag, I'll pop them to the rear, make sure it's good. I'm showing 91 of them off the map. Tell you what, Barney, you got 3 steps. You don't care to kick that brake off that rear box. I don't think this jack's gonna do it with that brake. That must be a good thing.
So is it me, or does that hummingbird feeder look like a creepy person on the edge of the hill?
I'm testing that line, it's his flag. Emergency up here, you pop there. Alright, his flag.
Bailey Lynn, me too. That's exactly what I thought. Like some creepy nun on the side of it, like trying to claw her way up my hill. Like, I'm totally gonna have nightmares about this tonight and probably remove the hummingbird feeder. A little slow tonight, Bruce. Anna beat you to the punch on that one. Oh, Gertie's back. Wants to come back outside for the 15th time in 10 minutes. This is all day, every day. Are you coming back out, Gurney? Come on. You're like a small child. You're in and out. In and out. Let's just chill. Take a deep breath.
AC dispatch route. CSX AC dispatch transfer. AB 63730 coming over. Well, I'm trying to get a train out of the 3 East. They're called for 1945. I thought you were them. I was hoping you were the 1945 train. I'd get them out and then you in. Over. Let me try to find them. I don't know what happened to them. I thought they'd have been going by now. Over. Well, I don't want to take you down one new track. I got the main full. 3 and 4 East are both full, so once I get this train off 3 East, I'll take you in and put you on 3 East. Over. Yeah, well, it shouldn't be long. I guess they're getting ready. Over. Thanks, AC dispatch route. 6 AC dispatcher calling E700-03 over. Yeah, just checking. What do you have left to do before you're coming north? You just getting close to leaving? Got one at Englewood waiting over. Yeah, we checking to see you're there, getting close. But all right, give me a hop when you're ready. Thanks. AC dispatch route.
Sloop, good evening. Welcome to the Porch. Sorry to miss you guys in Fort Madison. I'm pretty sure I just heard a horn here. Yes, I did. All right, guys, train coming eastbound. So I'm going to turn the camera off after this train, and then tomorrow I'll bring it back up for another round of we'll call it fun public testing, and we'll play with the camera some more and dial it in for better day and night shots, and yeah, that way I can go to bed because it's officially, let's see what time it is. Yeah, it's 13 minutes past my bedtime. Ha!
Norfolk Southern, milepost 188.2, no defect. Here's XAC dispatch for transfer over. Norfolk Southern, milepost 188.2, no defect. XAC dispatch for transfer over.
All right, if you guys are just tuning in, welcome back to Porch Trains, eastbound coming, and probably be here in about a minute. It's beautiful here. Our weather in the next 15 days or so is going to be awesome. Hey, glad to do it. Unexpectedly, but glad to do it. You know, now that I saw the hummingbird feeder as a creepy nun in the darkness, it still looks like that in the daylight with the color. That's a great sound at night. Especially when the crazy neighbors aren't fighting, you can hear them coming for miles. All right, guys, train time. got a few things to work out, and then I'll get with Justin and Bruce Williams. Be expecting a call, and we'll dial in the perfect camera settings. But always good to see Long Hood Ford running on the ex-Southern main, as God intended. All right, guys, I'm going to shut this camera down, and we'll come back probably in the morning. We usually get a little bit of a parade in the morning, so I'll fire it back up pretty early. You know, since my bedtime's usually 9 o'clock, I'm up at like 5 or 6. So stay tuned. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, all the fun stuff, and we'll be back this weekend with plenty of porch trains. Good to be back, and thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for all the super chats. Yeah, it's great to have you guys back. So we'll get a little bit of a honeydew list with the camera. We're going to fill the hummingbird feeder. We're going to fill the bird feeder. And I'm going to see about getting some floodlights subgrade or on the other side of the trees. And we'll light the tracks up like a stadium and party like it's 1999. Y'all have a good night.